Hello, I'm Randy here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Gold Crest Valley. And today we're up by the shop here, Morgan's Massive Motors, and we need a header for our combine. We have corn planted, and unfortunately we have no corn headers, so we're going to start out by buying a corn header here first for the combine. And it's just going to be the large, hopefully I have enough money here anyway for it. Let's see, where's, yes, the large Capello header here. We'll select that main color. That should be good. Hopefully that'll be close enough to our combine. And still dealing with a little bit of the aftermath of the head cold here yet. So if I sound a little bit funny, that is why. Still got a bit of a cough yet too. It's definitely doing much better, but yeah, still getting over it yet. So anyway. Also need to bring that dolly home, or maybe just sell, probably just sell it here sometime. Don't really use that dolly anymore. Anyway, we're going to head out to field 26 here probably first, or 22. I believe 22 and 26 both have corn on them. 23 and 24 are sunflowers. And then, of course, the main field farms there are canola. And since last episode here on Gold Crest Valley, I've harvested field 20 that had sunflowers on it. Those are completely harvested. Or actually, no, not, what did I say? Did I say sunflowers in 23 and 24? I think that's actually soybeans now that I think of it. Double check here. Yes, soybeans on 23 and 24. Forget what we all got planted here. Try to mix it up a little bit. Otherwise, I figured I won't have enough storage to hold all the crop types. We only can store 100,000 of each type, so that's why I've only got a couple of each types planted on the fields here. I know the last time we did, I think it was pretty much all sunflowers there. And we filled up the silos, and then I filled up all my trailers. So definitely not enough storage spot for all the crop types. Definitely a good problem to have. Not sure if we're going to bother upgrading the silo or not. We probably really should, just so we can keep the harvesting moving a little bit. Then we can sell all the crops at once. Going to be interesting with the corn here. Corn's one of the higher yielding crops in the game, so we'll have to see how this goes here. Don't believe we have enough money at this point for silo upgrade. No, 125,000, so definitely not. Okay, let's get the combine fired up here yet. We don't have any grain cart or anything like that yet, so we'll still be just using the tractor and the tipper. And I don't know if we have a Courseplay course for this field or not. I'd like to say we do. Yes, field 26 unload, so we do have an unload course for this field. So we'll have to get Courseplay set up here. Actually, let's just hire a worker here. And let's get that set up right away here. Assuming the New Holland, yes, New Holland is still on the tipper yet. Actually, we shouldn't even have to go that far, depending on which way this course is running here. We can just tell them here to pick up right at this waypoint here, and that should be good. Should be refueled. Yes, that's right. I do need to bring this tractor to the station and get him refueled. Or buy. Let's see what category is it under here again. Miscellaneous, I believe. The fuel trailer here. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea either. Then we can actually have some fuel actually at the main farm. Otherwise, right now, you have to pretty much go all the way up to the fuel station there, up kind of by 3 and 4. I don't know, is there one down on this side of the map anywhere? I'd like to say there is somewhere. Not seeing it right offhand here at the moment, though. Oh, there it is. Yes, kind of above field 28 there. Anyway, we'll unhire you, and let's, what is he doing exactly, I wonder? I guess he's coming to unload us already? That would make sense. Once the combine reaches 50%, Courseplay should come unload the combine. He's not going to like us turning around like this. That's for... Oh, okay. Thank you. That was very helpful. Very helpful. I am... yeah, there we go. Stuck. Glad we can count on Courseplay here. Kind of like I was saying earlier with Courseplay and this map. This map is simply just too small, in my opinion, for Courseplay to do much good. For the bigger fields like this, it's somewhat okay. So like 26 here, still a little on the small side if you ask me, but at least it's somewhat reasonable. You can make it work. But yeah, pretty much a lot of the other fields like on the main farm there, you might as well just forget it. Not worth your time in my opinion, trying to set up Courseplay courses for. And yeah, now he's going to be stuck there, isn't he? Let's maybe just set him to manual so we don't lose him. And I think I mentioned this before, one of my favorite combines here. And I know somebody was asking a while back, too, what's my favorite activity in the game here, in Farming Simulator? What's my favorite thing to do? I'd probably have to say harvesting. Always fun harvesting the crops here. You know, you pretty much put all the work into getting the crops planted, or the hired workers put the work in, and you harvest the crops. And, of course, like I mentioned before, probably one of my favorite combines here, the Case 9230. Pretty much been probably one of my favorite combines ever since they came out with it back in Farming Simulator 2013. Those you can remember that far back. I believe it was the Titanium DLC or Titanium expansion that added the case equipment here. And in particular, this particular combine was added. And, of course, in that game as well, I believe that it actually had the dual wheels on it as well. The dual wheels and the tracked type. Uh-oh. T7 is slipping. That's not good. Wonder what he's stuck on. Looks like the building over there. Yep, I knew that wasn't going to end out well when he went off the field like that. Oh, he's stuck in the trees. Okay. See if we can get him out here a moment. Okay, let's see if we can find his way from here. And for those of you who watched the high-speed video, you may have caught the fact that I was kind of micromanaging Courseplay a little bit there at times, trying to make sure he didn't, get off the field into spots he shouldn't be getting into. It worked for the most part. A few times he did some crazy things. I don't know exactly why, like cutting in front of the combine the one time. Don't know why it did that. That was kind of weird. Oh, I guess it would help if I put the pipe out here, wouldn't it? That would definitely help. And one of the things you kind of want to keep in mind with Courseplay here, you just want to stay away from the ends of the field if possible, especially on this map with the trees and stuff like that. Courseplay is not going to do well in obstacle avoidance, especially on this end of the field, and I don't think the other end of the field is much better. Sometimes you're better off just stopping and waiting a moment for it to empty here. And we'll continue on. Interesting. He still drives off the field quite a ways yet. I was hoping to avoid that. Oh well. Does seem like something they need to work on with Courseplay a little bit there. Like, he was sitting right over there. He should have just stayed there. There was no reason to really move, in my opinion. Why, drive all the way over here? Doesn't really make sense to me. I suppose there's maybe a reason for it, but I'm not sure what it is. And like I said, it would make more sense for me if it just stayed right where it was when it finished unloading. Now, I understand, when they're unloading the combine on the pipe when it's over crops like it is now, yes, Courseplay needs to move out of the way, and it does do that. But when it's not unloading over crops, then it doesn't need to move. And at least from what I remember back in 15, at least older versions of Courseplay, it did not move. At least when the pipe was over open ground like this, not over crops. And Courseplay typically does well, like I mentioned before, on large maps, for example, like Oklahoma. Though even the Oklahoma map now, for those of you who have seen the Oklahoma map, yes, there are some large fields on that map. There's also a lot of small fields. And at least in my opinion, it doesn't look like Oklahoma anymore. For those who have seen the Oklahoma map, it has been released, or at least a version of it has been released. And we're not talking about the Oklahoma City here. This is supposed to be the Oklahoma map from 15. Or at least an edited version of it, like I was saying. And if you look at least some of the fields, at least on the, let's see, I think it's the western side of the map. It kind of looks like Oklahoma. But the northern and eastern side of the map does not look like Oklahoma at all, at least from what I remember anyway. And like I said, from what I've seen so far, in my opinion, I'm not liking what I've seen on the map so far. But you folks can let me know. For those of you who like the Oklahoma map and have seen it, let me know your thoughts. If you liked the original Oklahoma map, I don't think you're going to like this version of it. Just my opinion from what I've seen so far, like I said. The reason I like the original Oklahoma map was the huge fields on it. And in my opinion, kind of had a somewhat nice layout. Kind of some nice rolling hills. Wasn't too drastic. Mostly flat map, but like I said, did have some nice rolling hills on it. And of course, huge fields. So for example, like Field 13, there's no Field 13 on this new version of the Oklahoma map anymore. That is now gone. And I believe it was Field 6 is now Field 5, I'd like to say. That is still a fairly large field. I don't know if it's the same size as it was in 15 or not, but it looks very similar. And like I was saying, we'll see once we might be doing that map on the multiplayer yet. There is supposed to be an update for the Oklahoma map coming out, though. So we will probably wait until the update comes out and fixes a few bugs. At least server side, I know there are quite a few errors on the map that need to be fixed. Not sure if the mod author is going to fix those or not, but And then, of course, the next problem with the map is the size of the map. For those who have seen the Oklahoma map, it is 1.75 gigabytes. A ginormous map. And unfortunately, the server-imposed limit on a mod file size is 1.71 gigabytes. So yes, for those of you doing the math, we are 40 megabytes over. So the map is unfortunately a little too big. Now we do have ways around that. Unfortunately, that only applies to one of our servers though, as the other server does not have the that feature. Anyway, we'll read some comments here in a moment. Farmer Boy was saying, nice video. Thank you very much for that. Tom was saying, agree on the lack of speed on the sprayers. Even the Amazon Pantera has a published max field, or working field speed of 12.5 miles per hour. Max road speed of 31 miles per hour. And the Amazon Pantera, for those who don't remember, that is the self-propelled sprayer from Farming Simulator 15. Obviously, we got the New Holland sprayer here in 17. And like I was saying, it'd be nice if they would increase the speeds there on the sprayers, or actually sprayer in this case, I guess. And for those of you who keep asking for Courseplay tutorials, I have not forgotten that yet. Courseplay, what are you doing over there? Okay, good. I can see you navigated around the trees without getting in trouble. But anyway, as far as the Courseplay videos go, I have not forgotten those yet. I'm kind of just waiting for Courseplay to basically kind of get out of beta a little more yet. I don't know that it ever actually will, but just kind of wait for Courseplay to kind of fix and hopefully be a little more stable here before I start doing some how-to videos on it. Most of the basic features seem to work just fine, but Courseplay is definitely updating quite often here, and I'm on 0.0043 developer at the moment. Like I said before, it updates almost daily, so there's probably already a new version at this point. Gage was asking, what's the average farmer in your area? How many acres? And what kind of equipment do they use? New, old? Oh, our average farm size where I live, I would say, folks, varies very wildly. We go all the way from like the little small family type farms all the way up to the massive farms, like 20, I think I like to say 20,000 some acres, 20, 40,000 some acres, something like that. You know, just the crazy size. And as far as equipment, again, varies very wildly. You know, small family farms typically have the older, smaller equipment. And of course, the larger ones running around with the new large equipment. You know, quad tracks and John Deere 9RXs and stuff like that. And for those who wonder what type of brands, well, I would say definitely most commonly John Deere. John Deere is by far, I would say, the most common brand you see. Probably followed by Case and New Holland. And I know there is one of the really large farmers down the road that has a Challenger as well. Not sure what size Challenger he has. It is one of the See if we pull it up in the shop here a moment. One of these style of Challengers right here, like the MT800 or the MT700. Like I said, I've never really paid attention to exactly what size it is. The Clue Gino was asking, can you do a map review on the Oklahoma map? I will see once I can probably do that. Oh, look, he got back before I filled up. I was kind of surprised by that. Thought we'd be full before he actually emptied. Good job, Courseplay. Dakota was saying, I think if you do 1 to 2 high-speed videos a week, that would be good. I will see what I can do on that. Like I said, I know a lot of people say they like it. A lot of people say they don't. So, to those that don't watch it then. I do try to keep it, you know, I say right in the video, hey, high-speed video here, so. Dakota was also asking, will the Oklahoma map be coming to consoles, seeing how large it is? I don't have an answer for that one. I'm not sure if the mod author will be bringing that to the consoles or not. I kind of have my doubts, but I guess you never know. Massey Farmer was saying you should use ridge markers. Ridge markers are like so 20th century. Don't use those anymore. We now use a GPS. Which is somewhat true, by the way. Ridge markers are probably, especially at least on the larger planners. I don't think they even exist really on the larger planners. It's gone straight GPS at that point. You know, if you have the money to afford a larger planner like that, you probably have the money for a GPS. Phil was saying, great video, and blame the lag on a stuffy nose. Makes perfect sense. That sounds logical. Shane was asking, do you play any multiplayer maps on Xbox One? I don't have an Xbox One, so that should answer your question. Samuel was saying how messy the pigs are. Yeah, it's messy, messy pigs. Speaking of messy pigs, I should probably clean them out on this map here as well. Brian was asking, how can you put your tractors into four-wheel drive on Xbox One? I don't know if you have the drive control mod there on Xbox One. If you do, again, I don't know how you do it if you do. I'm pretty sure the drive control mod is not available for the Xbox One. But for those of you that have PC, the drive control mod is what enables you to turn off the four-wheel drive. Or actually, I should say turn it on and off. By default, the game manages that for you. But for those who want to manage it yourself, you can add the drive control mod there. It adds a bunch of other little useful things as well. Like I said, I can do Shift 3 here. You'll see a little hand there up here in the corner. 100% on it. That means when the combine reaches 100% full, it will automatically stop us. Which if Courseplay were to not do its job, we might need to use. And for those of you who have a PC, by the way, it's Shift 4, I believe it is. Yeah, Shift 4 for the four-wheel drive. So Shift 4 will turn the four-wheel drive on and off. And that's that little green vehicle symbol down in the HUD there. Andrea was saying, love your videos. Thank you very much for that. Farmer of America was asking, where did you get the John Deere disc? I've looked everywhere for it. That came off the American Style Modding website. And the disc you're asking about, I'm assuming you're actually asking about the ripper, not the disc, because there is a disc as well. I think it's actually in the plows as well. Don't know if I have it enabled or not. Yes, I do. So there's the John Deere 2623. That's the flex disc. It is considered a plow. That is technically incorrect, but oh well. I don't remember without looking where I got that one from. But the one he was asking about is this JD disc ripper here, the John Deere 2720 disc ripper. And that is off the American Style Modding website. Good website to check out, by the way, for those of you looking for the more American style of mods. Okay, looks like it's going to take us this entire episode pretty much just to harvest this field here. Even with the larger combine here and larger headers. Still takes a while to harvest the crops here. Also, haven't been checking, but we should probably keep an eye on our silo level here. 68,000 liters of corn, so one more load. Or actually, not even one more load here. And we'll probably fill that silo up. And we still have one more field of corn here to go yet. My plan is we'll probably sell the sunflowers. At that point, we should be able to afford the trailer for the truck there. And then we'll buy that trailer and we can start selling crops a little bit more efficiently. But anyway, folks, with that, I think we'll wrap up the video here. You folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching and till next time.